So today I'm going to spawn waves of zombies. So I'll have a start wave in, and then for like 5 seconds, and then a fight period, and then an intermission. So let me go get a zombie, and I'm just going to clone it a whole bunch of times. So I took the drooling zombie, and I put a chase script and a damage script on it. And I'll try and remember to put this URL in the description if you want this one. And I'll take this zombie here, and I'm going to put it down to ServerStorage. And then I'm going to go and make my spawner. I'm going to use this ModuleScript because I'm going to call it from the timer. ModuleScripts you can call from other scripts. So I'm going to call this spawner. And just so it kind of makes sense, I'm going to call this spawner. You don't want everything having the same name. There we go. And in here, I want to get my zombie from the server storage. So I'm going to say game GetService server storage and zombie. So if you called it something else, if you called it something other than zombie, change that right here. All right, and then I'm going to use something called the debris service because I'm going to clean up the zombies in the world when we go to intermission. So I'll say GetService, and that's just debris. So you can give the zombies the time to live. Say function, and this is going to be my spawner. And I'm going to say spawn zombies. I'm going to have a wave number, and I'll pass in my time to live right there. And this spawner right here, in order to call it, has to be equal to that table name, and the table name and the table being returned has to be equal to that too. All right, so we're going to go I equals 1, and I'm going to go 5 times the wave number. So wave 1 will have 5 zombies, wave 2 will have 10 zombies, and I'm going to increment by 1 because each loop is going to be a new zombie. I don't want to wait. I'm going to make them all instantly. So local zom. We'll go ahead and clone our zombie. So we have our zombie, clone it. And then I need a root part so I could place it. So I'll say zomb find first child humanoid root part. And I'll have my root.CFrame, and that's how I'm going to place it. So I'll make a new C-frame, and I'm going to put it 50 on the X. I'll put it 5 in the Y, so it's slightly above the world. It'll drop down, you won't even see it. And then I'm going to start at -50 Z, and I'm going to put them in a line. So every loop, I'm going to multiply by 10 studs and then add it to this -50, and that should make a nice little line on the z-axis. All right, so zombies need a parent in order to show up, so I'll make it the workspace, and this is where I'll put them in the debris service. So add item to the debris service, and every zombie I make, I'm going to add it, and I'm going to give it the time to live that we specified here. All right, now that I have that, I'm going to make a little label. So I'm going to go to GUI, screen GUI, text label. This is going to be my timer. And I won't do too much with the UI, but I do want to make it a little bigger for the text. So I'll say text size 25. And I'm going to put a script on the text label. Not a local script because I don't want to use remote events, but I do have a video for remote events if you want to use that, if you want to see that. I'm going to call this label, I'm going to call this timer label. And then I'm going to call this script, if I can name it here, timer script. All right, so in my timer script, I want to get my spawner module script. So I'll say require game ServerScript service and spawner. There we go. Now I can call that spawn routine. And I also want to get my label. And that's just the parent of my script. And let's make our function, and we'll call it countdown. So we're going to pass the label name in, so that's going to say whether it's intermission or not. We're going to say time limit, and that's going to be how long that wave will last, and our wave number, and mostly that will control how many zombies are going to be created. All right, and we'll do a little loop. So I'm going to start with the time limit, and then I'm going to work my way down to 0, and I'm going to decrement it by 1. All right, so we have text. So our label, our text, that's what we're going to change. And I'll have label name, and dot dot is to concatenate, and then we're going to put our I, which will be like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And then I need to wait a second in between each so that it's 1 second intervals. And now when the wave number is greater than 0, then what did I do? Oh, I said 4. I want to say if wave number is greater than 0, I'm going to call my spawner. So if the intermission, I'm going to pass in a wave number of 0. What do I want? I want wave number. Yeah. What else do I have? Wave number and time to live, right? Yep, and time to live. Let's make it just 5 seconds. So the fight period will last 5 seconds, and the zombies will last 5 seconds. I'm not going to have a weapon in the world, so I'm just going to be running around. All right, now, let's just wait a couple seconds to get into the game to start this. And then I'll make a little loop, and this is going to be my wave loop. So I'm going to go I equals 1 to 3. I'll make 3 waves, incrementing by 1. I have my countdown, and I'll say starting wave in dot dot dot, and I'll have, that's my label, this is my time limit, 5 seconds, and this is going to be my wave number. So every time it loops, it's going to be a little bigger. It's going to be 1, then 2, then 3. Then we're going to multiply that by 5 in the spawner, if you remember. So this one will be our fight scene. And we'll make that 5 seconds. And pass in a wave number of 0. And then do countdown, intermission. And we'll also make that 5 seconds and a wave number of 0. So you only want wave numbers if you want zombies to spawn. All right, let's give it a try. Let's see what we got. I'm getting the world here. Did I press it? Oh yeah, let's hang in here. I'll pause it. And here we go. Okay, so starting in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, there they are. And here they come. So now we have our intermission. And now we got our second wave in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now there's 10 of them. I have a damage script on them too, so they'll start hurting each other. So if you want them to live longer, you just make the time to live longer, and then you can change the length of the wave too. Oh, here they come, and this is where I'm gonna exit out. All right, so that's the basics of it.